and I'm going to ask James to come back on screen. Again, James Monteith is a longtime LinkedIn guru. I've been working with James. He had been helping some loan officers that I mentor with growing their presence on LinkedIn and trying to build relationships. And that's how I got introduced. And he's helped me go from, I don't know, James, probably maybe a little over 7,000 contacts on LinkedIn. Most 98% of them are financial planners, and now I have over 9,000. Am I getting that right, James?
Yeah, you have a very good connection rate.
Well, largely thanks to you and my approach, with educational webinars, which I think is a theme for anyone to consider. So again, the idea here, why I asked James to come on, for those of you that are listening that are interested in building your LinkedIn presence, which absolutely can be a great way to meet new people, new prospective clients, if that's of interest to you, or if you want to build your brand as a thought leader. Again, LinkedIn is a massive platform. There's so much you can do with segmentation and targeting. And again, James will talk about that. It's, unless you're sort of in the retreat mode, you're looking to kind of unwind or downsize, I think it makes a lot of sense. So with that, James, if you want to just start with your comments here as you like, you don't have to, you go through what you like, and then I'll make you the presenter and you can share what you like as well. So again, thanks for joining, and I will go off screen and it's all you, but I will be here to move whatever buttons you need.
Okay, thanks, Tom. Yeah, so LinkedIn is a massive platform, that has just an enormous amount of professionals on it, and building a list of just the right people to talk to, over time is huge. It's the basis of a business, and it's a business-minded platform, and a lot of the people on it, over the years, I've come to know they don't even use Facebook sometimes very much, but they'll use LinkedIn because they're very professional people, and so, you see the stats there. LinkedIn has, as of 2022, 810 million members, and 185 million are in the USA. The focus, like I said, is on business. So the mindset is a lot different than the other platforms out there. And you can segment lists, you can, grow very large lists, and you can contact them on a continual basis. 4 out of 5 people on LinkedIn drive business decisions. You can laser target and segment, like I was talking about, which is a huge advantage, and you're not using, with this process, you're not using ads, you're not spending an enormous amount of money, that type of thing to do it. Builds a huge list. Over time, you can have just thousands and thousands of people, and you can run messages at an accelerated rate. Once you have the first connections already in your LinkedIn account, there's a building process, where you're inviting people in and inviting the right people in. And then, there's also a kind of a follow-up. I call it accelerated messaging. So you can go at a 10-fold increase, during those periods of time where you want to send another message out and basically get, it's like a follow-up message, like a value message, to keep you top of mind to someone. The outreach like that is the fastest way to start business conversations and relationships. I mean, attraction marketing is good. You want some content for credibility, just like everybody has a website and whatnot, and it's good to show a little bit of activity on LinkedIn. It doesn't mean you have to post, continually all the time. And when you compare attraction marketing to actually reaching out to people, the reaching out to people is direct to them, through messaging. about a specific thing, and it's going to get you way more activity and a lot faster, a lot of times practically immediately, you know. So I'm guessing everyone can see my screen. I have.
We can.
Okay. Yeah, I have Tom's
Yep.
LinkedIn. So you get to see behind the scenes, right? So so basically, you know, we do want to use a piece of LinkedIn that is a premium plan when we're doing this. And a lot of that is not actually, it's somewhat because of the searches, but a lot of it is because of the connection rate. Your connection rate is going to be double, you know, when you use Sales Navigator. So when you get Sales Navigator, an icon pops up right over here, you see, and you just click it and it opens up in another tab. You have saved searches over here, and I have some searches, you know, that I had saved or whatnot, but really you want to click lead filters, and then you have all these filters to find people. Okay, and you can look in the United States as an example. I know a lot of you probably want to contact, say, you know, CFOs. Okay, you can just put CFO, and a lot of times it'll put the right, like Chief Financial Officer, right? Okay, and you know, you can look for all sorts of different criteria, but one of the ones, you know, you may want to put in there is company headcount. You can put in ranges of company headcount, which are employees. All right, when you do that, you're searching for certain size organizations, and you can put in 1, you put in 2, you could go for the biggest, okay? But LinkedIn's going to filter all of those out, and then you can collapse it to see a little bit better. But you see, these are all chief financial officers. And so, you know, what I do with my service is I am continually every single day sending out invitations with a small invitation message attached to these people. And I'm working to keep your connection rate high, you know, at the same time by changing the order of these people within, say, you know, this search as an example. Over time, you know, your connection rate will drop because you're going through this search. You're only seeing, out of 80,000 results, there's only going to be enough pages with Sales Navigator for the first 2,500 people. And what a lot of people, you know, that start to try to, you know, do this on their own don't realize that, you know, once you get through those people, you got to change the order of these people in the search, because LinkedIn pops them up in the same search order, and very few get switched around. So that's, you know, one of the things that I take care of is continually, you know, working on targeting and consistency and sending out, you know, the invitations, you know, all the time. And so that's 7 days a week. And you're going to get a connection rate normally anywhere between, I would say, 40 to 70 a week when you're building up. This is kind of the building up phase, and, you know, building your list and everything. I send a message to them on Tuesdays of each week that we work on forming, and it's the message that gets the results, that gets the conversations. And that message has some elements in it. I don't believe in drip campaigns. You want to re-engage them, you know, periodically, you know, maybe once every 3 months with an accelerated messaging campaign, but you don't want to, you know, have things automated to the point where you send out one message and they don't answer, and you send out another message because they didn't answer, and then another one because they didn't answer. That's going to turn people out of your list. People don't like that. Okay, so what you need to do is send them one message that has the right elements in it to find the people that are willing to talk, that are interested to talk at that time. Okay, and you need to move forward and keep going and building this list up, and periodically you can do accelerated messaging. Okay, so in the building up phase, you know, 40 to 70 a week will be coming in. They'll be messaged, you know, each Tuesday. I'm taking care of all of this, right? So you're basically.
Yeah, can I, James?
Yeah.
Hey, James, I'm sorry. I just wanted to jump in and just provide context, just to make sure this is really clear. So James is doing what he's describing. He's doing all of this on my behalf and on behalf of many other clients. So imagine if you're interested in trying to build up contacts and relationships in LinkedIn. Again, the theme of today is outsourcing. You're essentially outsourcing that to James. He becomes your right hand, your LinkedIn guru, who's doing all of this on your behalf. You have to subscribe to Sales Navigator, which is, I forget, $80 a month, $90 a month, whatever that number is. Pretty reasonable. Gives you all this short slice dice capability, but James is running everything for you. What he will do with you is collaborate around the message. And again, he has years of experience of doing this. So he's going to coach you to say, okay, let's think about an ongoing dialogue, an ongoing discussion. Try to establish the contact first, and then we build from there. So anyway, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure everybody listening, this is clear. And by the way, please feel free to post in the question panel. Are you actively using LinkedIn today to prospect for new clients? You know, if everyone listening, if you could post that in the question panel. I should have done a polling question. I'd be interested to know myself. And if not, are you interested in? And again, if you're interested after James is done, I'll be happy to have a polling question and opt in. But anyway, sorry, I just wanted to make sure that's clear. And there's so much you can do, like you're sorting and segmenting by like job title or company. Like for example, if you're targeting Verizon employees who retire or federal employees or whatever, you know, you can pretty much find them on LinkedIn in a very automated way. And again, you could have James on your behalf put just an ongoing series of messages and build relationships, which could lead to appointments, etc. So anyway, James, I just wanted to make sure everyone was really crystal clear on what you do for me and others.
Yeah, I'm glad you intersected because, you know, going through this, I don't want them to think that it's complicated. I'm doing it.
Yep.
So you don't have to. You know, that's why I have a business. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time, about 15 years. And so, you know, I've worked in many different industries, producing leads for, you know, large corporations, sales teams. I have current clients that are, you know, some big organizations, as well as, you know, individual business owners and whatnot. So basically, you know, I will be sending in your account a message each Tuesday that will get, you know, that is working to get you conversations. And it has some elements in that message. A lot of times, most of the time, I'll be working at, you know, with this template, pain point or problem being solved by what you have and how, why, credibility aspect, and call to action to talk. Okay, that is a basic, you know, template. It's a human psychology thing where we're finding the people, you know, that pain point or problem resonates with. So we're finding people basically immediately, you know, because there's enough volume and they're the right type of people for the pain point or problem that we are presenting to them and how it can be solved. Okay, then the credibility aspect could be anything, could be years experience, could be the company that you're with, could be, you know, some stats, you know, that, you know, you or the company you're with has produced, all sorts of different things, and literally asking for a conversation in every single message. So that's an initial follow-up message after they connect, and it's not being sent to them immediately after they connect. It's being sent a few days after, so it doesn't look like you're desperate. It looks like, you know, you got around to sending them a message, you know, that type of thing. And basically, you know, yes, I am taking care of all of this for you inside of your account. So I am working to produce leads along the way of building a list and then re-engaging that list periodically, say once a quarter. Okay, and during accelerated messaging, I haven't talked about how many messages have, you know, can be sent out. You know, when you're building up, it's normal to get maybe 40 to 70 new you know, connections each week. And that's how much, you know, you're building your list each and every week of these very targeted people. Well, during accelerated messaging, I can send out upwards of 450 messages a week. Okay, so that's a 10-fold increase, but they have to be your first connections. They have to be connected to you for me to be able to do that. So over time, as you have more first connections, you have, you know, you can have, you know, different lists, you know, within your LinkedIn account too. But basically, you know, when a list grows and it grows, you know, over time, more and more and more, this accelerated messaging goes for longer and longer periods of time. So then you're getting more and more activity over a longer period of time as your list continues to build and build and build. So it's a snowball effect. It's a long-term strategy, but it can be extremely powerful. And you know, I think it was mentioned in a discussion earlier, you know, this is a way to get out to new groups of people. And so you're getting out to new circles of people where you have the possibility of getting referrals. And so we all know, you know, when we're working with we're in our warm market, you know, sometimes it only works for so long. And then we need to find, you know, someone, a new circle of people. And then, you know, you have potentials for referrals in new circles of people over and over and over and over. Okay, so this is why I've always stuck with this process myself with my own business and just replicated it for my clients, you know, for a long time, you know. I think that's the basic gist of it. You know,
Sure.
my clients, basically all they're doing is paying attention to their message area. I can show you that real quick so you can take a look.
Yeah.
The message area, all you have to do is go into your message area each day, right? Click this little button. People wouldn't even know this thing is here sometimes. Click it, go to unread messages, and here's all of the messages. Okay.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I told you.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss leads if you don't do that, because you can see, like, you can see here, you know, this is these are invitations. No, I think these are the messages. I'm doing an accelerated messaging campaign in Tom's account right now, and for webinars, some webinars coming up, some really good stuff. You guys might want to join those. But you know, I was sending some messages out, so you can see that it shows, you know, what I'm doing for you in here, but these are the ones that you replied to that said something back to you. So you want to get rid of all of that by just simply doing that. See?
Yeah.
And then you see them all, and see that whittles your time down, and you know, using LinkedIn to schedule phone calls to about maybe 5 minutes a day. And that's it. You can even get the app on your phone, and you can answer people on the fly. I would suggest to make a hot list, and basically, if you have a CRM, you know, that's the best. Or I provide you with a spreadsheet where you can record, you know, the most interested people that said they want to talk or show some interest, you know, and have your hot list of people that you can follow up with on a more individual basis, you know, instead of just waiting, you know, 3 months, you know, to do another message or whatnot. So that's going to be your hot list of people that'll grow and grow and grow also as time goes on.
Yeah.
And that's really about it.
Yeah. Yeah, wonderful. Again, for me, you know, I've been on LinkedIn for several years, and I was doing okay in terms of contacts. And again, when I met James a few months ago, I probably had north of 7,000 or so, plus or minus. See, Paul's just an invite coming in there. Yeah, it's funny. You show 8971. I show 9,034 followers, whatever that means. When I look at LinkedIn.
You can have people follow you, but they're not technically connected to you.
Connected.
LinkedIn allows them if you want to follow, and that could be from content marketing, you know, whatever.
Yeah. So for me, again, I would just say, again, perhaps different for some of you listening. I'm not necessarily, my workflow is more to make people, financial planners, CPAs, enrolled agents, aware of my webinars. And that's largely my intent. And really what James is doing is putting that on steroids for me, making, expanding my audience. And then, I think part of why I'm fortunate enough to have a decent number of contacts, connections, and or followers is, I've had so many folks on my webinars historically, and that's in my profile, and that's an important part of what you want to build. So James coaches you on all of this. And then Brian, if you want to come back on, we definitely have a question about the cost of your platform, if you're able to share that publicly. But James does all of this, gives you weekly updates. He's always dropping me an email to say, hey, Tom, I just sent out, a bunch of emails for you, etc. James, do you mind commenting on your cost or that you charge for this typically?
Yeah, currently I charge $99 a week. And you need to pay for a Sales Navigator, which is $99 per month. So it's a different time frame, right? You can stop anytime you want with my service. You're not obligated, to a 3-month minimum or whatnot. A lot of other places out there that do this type of work, a lot of times they have a setup fee and then they want the first month up front, and you could easily pay, probably $1,000, up front before they do anything. But I really don't believe in that, and I'm very confident in my work. And so I've set it up as a recurring weekly payment as we go along. They can be stopped at any time. So it's very easy. You know that I have skin in the game with you. I'm going to be communicative. I'm very flexible as far as changing something we're saying, we're targeting, or all sorts of different things. You can even target 2 different groups, and I can alternate weeks, and target that way and form 2 different lists that are segmented inside of one account. So there's a lot of different things done, and you can form referral partner databases as well as in client databases, and referral partners like CPAs and different types of people that might be able to refer you business. You just find a few of those, a few good ones, and there you go, you're off and running. You have a good strong pipeline of business for potentially the next 20 years. So this can be a very powerful thing that moves the needle in people's business. Yeah.